show was a remarkable young man named John Blaze. In May of 2005, Blaze was diagnosed with
lost the matches they should not have lost.
Brooke Hansen is 26 years old. She'll serve first. Grew up in Woodland Hills, California, now living in Ventura. And the loop is down the line. Give the first kill to Jenny Jordan. It was Jordan and Davis, once again, that ended the 89-match win streak at Manhattan in 2004 of Mae Walsh. They didn't win that tournament, however, as that serve is out of bounds. Who's got the jitters here, Kartsky? Which team?
Well, I've got a figure. It's definitely Hansen and Akers, but Johnson Jordan was the one who just served that first ball out.
So here's Angie Akers. And she pops it right to Jenny Jordan. And the put away. If Jordan and Davis have had a concern this season, it has been setting, getting the ball close to the net.
And that has made their offense more difficult. This set, very nicely executed, just in the right spot for Johnson Jordan to put that ball away. But they need consistent setting. That's the one thing that has hurt them. Bad set, bad hit. They make too many hitting errors.
And at Davis, into the net. Both Davis and Jordan played at UCLA. They are lifelong friends. Have played on the beach forever together.
Since '97, very unusual. They're in their 11th year. Most players would be happy with 11 years. They have 11 years together as a team.
2-2 our score. And the ball spiked cross court. Davis is a big hitter, so expect most of the serves to go to Jordan.
And here we see again the challenge for them. This set located in the perfect spot. Don't want to put the ball too close to the net. Easy put away for Annette Davis. That's one of her favorite shots, is that sharp angle. Sometimes Angie Akers, the blocker there, is going to have to move to her right and take that angle.
Jordan and Davis lead 3-2. Here comes Hansen. And cross court. Beautiful dig by Jordan. Akers, can she get there? No, not that time. Point, Davis and Jordan.
And this is going to be the challenge. Can Brooke Hansen put the ball away enough consistently? She's the smallest player on the court. As a result, she's going to be receiving most of the serves. Nice up by Johnson Jordan there. But Brooke Hansen showing what tremendous speed. Both those players, really hard to even touch that ball. Tremendous speed by both.
Hansen is 5'8". Her partner Akers is 6 feet. Good set. Hansen over the top. Got it. So Brooke Hansen delicately into the corner. The loop. We're underway. Game 1 here in Chicago. Jordan and Davis by 1. The gaming experience is available now. By Crocs. New styles at crocs.com. And by refreshingly smooth Bud Light. Always worth it. Hi, everybody. Chris Marlowe with Kartsky. Well, with Terry Walsh and Misty May out of the country this weekend, an additional 3 teams gone. Opportunity knocks. Annette Davis, Jenny Jordan. They are playing like they're going to win a tournament today.
Davis and Jordan seeded first for the first time ever, thanks to those teams being gone. But this is a really unusual team, Chris. Being together essentially their whole career. You never see that in beach volleyball, either on the men's or the women's side. Playing together at UCLA, going on to the beach. They even played some 4-person in between, made the Sydney Olympics, were just out of the qualification for the Athens Olympics. Amazing, lengthy careers together.
They are best friends. Their husbands are best friends. They both have 2 kids. They had them about the same time, and they are both very athletic and gifted.
And they're enjoying their husbands without their kids this weekend, having a nice weekend away, just the romantic weekend, and it seems to be paying off because they've been playing great volleyball. Both of them really strong on offense, but look for Jordan to get more of the serves. Davis is considered the stronger offensive player.
The opposition today, Angie Akers, former Notre Damer, and Brooke Niles Hansen out of UC Santa Barbara. They're the 6th seed, but they have taken advantage of opportunity and played very well today.
Well, in fact, they're undefeated coming into this final. Both teams undefeated, playing very well, and that was important. Friday and parts of yesterday were really hot. You want to play through what we call the winner's bracket if possible and make your road easiest to the final, conserve energy.
Of course, Hansen and Akers trying to win their first tournament together ever. Game 1, Jordan and Davis leading 4-3. This is Angie Akers with the serve. And nobody up for Jordan. Brooke Hansen is a terrific defensive player. She's been one of the best diggers on tour for the last couple of years. Couldn't come up with that one.
And in fact, ranked 4th on the tour in digs per game at a phenomenal 6.21 digs per game. All the ladies leading that statistic are at least 1 ahead of the men. Women doing a lot more digging on this tour.
Davis with the serve. Here comes Hansen. Davis has it back, and she puts it away. So a nice play for Annette Davis. Always has been one of the top players on the AVP Tour.
Well, the problem, of course, is that 5'8" Brooke Hansen has more of a challenge. She's at least 2 inches shorter than any other player on this in this final, and that set needs to be located perfectly for her. She needs the ball a little closer to the net to hit steeper angles.
6-3 our score. Akers has it. Nobody up, and Davis is there. And the tap is down the line. So Davis and Jordan looking good early on defense.
And we may have a case of that semifinal, Chris, carrying over both Akers and Hansen, saying Akers said she was hyperventilating during game 2 in that semifinal. They gave up 6 straight points in a row, had a 17-11 lead, which evaporated, but they closed it out late to make their first final.
Here's Davis leading 7-3. She serves it into the net. Hansen and Akers just returned from Rio de Janeiro, where they were the American entrant in the Pan American Games. They finished 5th. Said it was a great experience to go down to Rio and play some of the best teams in the world. And coming into Chicago with a lot of confidence. Hansen has it up, looking for a put away. Scrambling backwards, and that'll be a point for Hansen and Akers.
Great for Hansen. Yeah, you mentioned the Pan Ams. They were really happy to get to play some different competition. Felt like they got rejuvenated a little bit there, but and we're amazed at the Brazilian team that they played. Akers was saying, boy, did that just happen? Some of the great athletes. She caught herself saying that, but she was on the opposite side of the net.
This is the best finish ever already for Brooke Hansen, as the tip is over the top. Prior to this, Hansen had finished 5th 6 times. Angie Akers' best finish was 3rd in Huntington Beach.
And Hansen was talking about how she tries to watch some of the men on tour, particularly Todd Rogers. They've both been assistant coaches at UCSB. And she admires the way that no matter how it's going, how well, how poorly, he looks so calm and so composed. And that's something that she's going to try to mimic in this final.
8-5, Davis and Jordan. Trying to get it up over, couldn't. Davis was there. That set a little bit tight. And it cost Hansen and Akers a point. While we have a moment, let's check out who's on top in the race for the season-ending championship in the women's division, the Crocs Cup standings. Misty May, Carrie Walsh looking pretty good.
Well, they have a huge lead, and if you notice, all 4 of those teams were playing this weekend in the foreign tournament in Austria, accumulating points toward Olympic qualification. So we have the 5th team on the Crocs Cup standings as the #1 seed this weekend with Jordan and Davis.
Over the top, Hansen's got it. 9-5, looking for a put away. Not yet. Nice dig back by Jordan, and she hits it out of bounds. You had mentioned that Jenny Johnson-Jordan is a very, very good player.
The triple
J. But sometimes she can make some hitting errors. That's why most of the serves go to her.
Yeah, she talked about cutting those errors down, and that's one key for them having a better second half.
Akers with a big serve, trailing 9-6. And tapping down the line. We mentioned Jenny Jordan. Of course, her father, Rafer Johnson, watching this telecast most likely back in California. He won the Olympic gold in the decathlon. See the athletic build on Rafer Johnson in Rome. He won the silver in 56. I asked him once if he ever gave advice to his daughter, and he said, I try to stay out of volleyball because I don't know that much about it. But one time I said to her, yeah, hit the ball in. Hit the ball in the court. For more, let's go down to Heather Cox.
I talked to Jenny Johnson-Jordan right before the match about that connection with her father, Rafer, and she said not until the 1984 Olympics, when he was a torchbearer in Los Angeles, did I truly understand the magnitude of the history he has as a gold medal winner in 1960. And she said obviously being able to share that 2000 Sydney Olympic experience was priceless with her family.
And Rafer Johnson, one of the first words that comes to my mind is class.
Absolutely.
He is such a wonderful man, big supporter of the Special Olympics. And you see that on that side of the court. Both these ladies are two of the very nicest women on the AVP Tour.
11-7. Jordan, cross court, Akers with a block. Davis will try it, off the tape. Transition opportunity. Hansen, not yet. Davis, no, and it's a point.
And we were talking about both those being the nicest, Jordan and Davis. If anything, that has been the one thing that people have raised as a question mark. Like, are they tough enough and nasty enough to have that competitive spirit to take down the great team of somebody like Misty May and Carrie Walsh? Because they are so nice, sometimes people have wondered, you got to get more of a competitive streak there.
So Brooke Hansen set to serve. You mentioned she was an All-American at UC Santa Barbara under beach legend Kathy Gregory, who won over 50 tournaments. She was winning tournaments before they started counting them, so I think she's got more than that. Hansen shovels it into the backcourt. Here comes Davis. It's going to be a point.
And that was a Kathy Gregory shot right there. Running around in good position for the dig. Instead of using pre-contact, she puts it right back over the net. Jordan and Davis caught, not quite ready for that.
3 straight points for Hansen and Akers.
Hansen talked about it. She learned from Coach Gregory to have complete confidence in herself, but never underestimate the opposition, and she's been trying to remember that as they got a little nervous in the late rounds here.
11-9, game 1. Davis and Jordan with the lead. Cut shot. Hansen is there. Hansen on the left. Jordan digs back. And down the line. Those are the kinds of transition plays that Akers and Hansen, when they get that opportunity for the point, they must put them away.
Which means setting the ball a little closer to the net for 5'8" Brooke Hansen. Not able to put that ball away. You cannot give. Watch here. If you don't put it away the first time, you're often not going to get a second opportunity.
Game 1. Davis and Jordan leading 12-9. The AVP on NBC will continue. The McDonald's Chicago Open presented by Nautica. If we're in the midst of game 1, Jordan and Davis leading 12-9. Jeff Alzina is the head coach for Davis and Jordan. A moment ago, he was talking to his team. Let's listen.
It's enough to the net for us to even be sharp. She's off. You guys are sitting on the 45. We're just getting down balls. Okay? We'll stay on that. Okay, we're blocking line, we're looking to pull, and we're sitting on the 45, unless it's tight. And then we just react.
Jeff Alzina, Chris Marlowe here. What does sitting on the 45 mean? Can you explain that?
Well, I think our side of the court's a square, so 45 degrees just means kind of sitting in the corner across court.
All right, and that's the plan when Brooke Hansen is hitting the ball?
Yeah, when Brooke's getting more consistent sets, she can hit the ball really sharp, and we have to move around more. But right now, the ball's off the net. And so we don't have to play a sharp defense. We can kind of hang middle more.
Hey, Coach, I think it's only happened one time before. You coached Lambert Metzger to victory yesterday. You have a chance to double up here. What would that mean to you for these two teams to win on the same weekend?
Well, it'd be pretty special. I mean, I think we look at every weekend as a chance to win with both teams, the men and the women. But obviously, with one of the best teams in the world gone, Carrie and Misty, you know, we like our chances today. We're 3-0 against this team. We just need to steady out ourselves and not put too much pressure on ourselves to win as the #1 seed.
Good rally by Davis and Jordan. Go ahead, Coach.
And with your team having a bit of a slow start, what did you think they needed to do better? They talked a little about maybe not having quite as much confidence to start the season, and they've improved in the second half.
Well, yeah, in the beginning of the season, for whatever reason, our pass set combination wasn't working very well. We couldn't get a consistent set, and we weren't siding out. We'd still score a ton of points. Both these girls are great defenders at the net and off the net. But we weren't siding out at the clip we need to.
All right, Jeff Alzina, your voice sounds a little froggy. We're going to let you go. Good luck.
Thanks.
Brooke Niles with a terrific play, a bump shot into the corner. That's her 7th kill.
Another Kathy Gregory type play there. Over on 2 by Angie Akers, putting that ball away. Coach Alzina was talking about how close the set goes, and some hitters have what we call a big window. That means you can set them pretty much anywhere. Somebody like Kerry Walsh at 6'3". But those of us who are smaller, like Brooke Hansen, need a set that's in a very narrow window.
Yeah, just to correct, Karch was right. Hansen had the dig on that play, and Akers had the bump kill. Let's check in with Mike Dodd. Mike.
Well, boys, we've been talking a lot about nerves in this match, and they can manifest themselves in different ways on the court. Right now for Hansen and Akers, it's in their bump setting. They're inconsistent, bumping well off the net and sometimes too close. So for them to settle down and side out better, they've got to get their ball control under control and get their nerves under control.
They used to call it siding out back in the day. You get a side out when you don't give up a point. Of course, a point on every play now, but that's the key for Hansen and Akers right now. The pass for Hansen, the set from Akers, and the kill. Another dig. Davis. Oh, what a dig by Hansen back. And the put away.
And that set off that beautiful dig was right in Hansen's window, that second play. And when that ball is about a foot off the net, she can hit the sharp angle. Going to see the long rally here. Nice drop off the net by Davis there, but here's where that set, that bump set that Mike Dodd was talking about, goes to the right spot. In that case, Hansen can hit the angle. If it's farther off the net than that, the other team's going to be playing her more for her line shot and less for that sharp angle.
Her dad, Randy Niles, one of the best ever in the 70s at digging overhand and getting that ball up. Not the traditional bump set. Little tap. Hansen's got it. Big play here. 15-12. Nice stretch by Jordan. Another dig, overhand. Old school. Long rally off the net. Davis got it. Annette Davis. So the long rally won by Davis and Jordan. Both teams huffing and puffing at the moment.
Tough break for Hansen there. Two amazing overhand digs. We don't see that many. As you said, old school, Chris. Don't see that many of those. But here, kisses the back line.
Coming back, game one, Jordan and Davis by 4.
The AVP on it, Pete!
The 12th stop on the AVP Crocs Tour this season. $4 million in prize money. In this tournament alone, $280,000. Winner here in the Women's Championship final splits $28,000. Loser gets $21,000. Akers. Oh, and Akers unloads. That's why she's not getting many sets. Big hit for Angie Akers.
That's exactly right. Whoever receives the serve will most likely execute the offense, and this is a missed serve. That's her job, Angie Akers, to take the middle of the court, help her partner out, and carry more of the offensive load. Bombs away on the angle.
Akers' husband, Jeremy, played in the NFL. She is a big bopper out of Notre Dame. See the numbers she put up there. 16-13 now. And Jordan gets another kill.
And you talked about the money at stake in this tournament, but there's Akers' husband, Jeremy. There's also a lot of points, 720 points for the winner here, and we saw those 4 leaders in the Crocs Cup. But Jordan and Davis can make a big jump if they are able to win this tournament, jump up several places in the Crocs Cup.
Cut shot, oh, what a play by Jenny Jordan. And the spike is out of bounds. One of the great digs you will see this year on the AVP Crocs Tour. Watch this.
And she had an earlier one like that, also with the right hand, also hit out long. She has to do a better job. Great defensive play, but she has to get up a little faster and stay behind the ball. She got under this one a little, and it's harder to snap your wrist. Doesn't get much topspin. You could actually see the ball had no spin. It knuckled right out of bounds.
Now Akers will serve. She grew up in Fort Wayne, Indiana. Pride of the Midwest. Got a lot of family and friends here. Spin a jump serve to Davis. And off speed over the top. So Annette Davis just too tough.
And what's so tough to defend about her is that just like Todd Rogers on the men's side, she can rip the ball angle, and she has that really nice finesse shot just over the blocker down the line. That's the one she used on that play.
Annette Davis's husband, Byron Davis, was an All-American swimmer at Stanford. And I don't know if that was a gust of wind, but Jordan.
We can feel it up here. That set was a little bit off, a little bit back off the net, outside of Hansen's window, but they got a break after it jumped up off the tape. Jordan couldn't control it.
So Hansen to serve, 18-15. And Davis into the corner. I believe I said her husband was from Stanford. I am reminded by Michael Sondheimer, our stat man, that he went to UCLA. Two great institutions.
You better not shortchange those Bruins.
Yeah. Former UCLA Bruin, Jenny Jordan serving. Hansen, oh, the set is bad and it's over the net. And Davis kills it.
Well, the set prior to that was too far off the net. Akers trying to make the adjustment. That one went right over for the mistake, an easy point.
Davis and Jordan in command here. Crowd is up. The passing and setting needs to be precise for Hansen and Akers. They're up against their first game point. So Jenny Jordan will serve, 20-15. Hansen over the top, yes. What's open for her? She's not blasting away. What kinds of shots are open for Hansen?
That's the shot that any defensive player has to lean for, is that high line shot. The way you can get over there a little farther is by playing on the 45, as Coach Alzina said. Point game number 2.
Akers will serve it. Good serve. Jordan handles it. This for the win. Got it. Jenny Jordan hammers one home, her 8th kill, and game 1 is over.
Well, give Akers credit. If she misses this, the game is over, and she just serves a bomb down the line. But Jordan making a better play, reaching way over to her right and hitting the open spot there. The line was open, angle was not. Put away, win game 1.
So the top seed this week in Chicago, Annette Davis and Jenny Jordan, they win 21-16. We'll continue with more of the AVP after this. Back in the Windy City, this is the McDonald's Chicago Open presented by Nautica. Great crowd on hand here in Chicago, including Jesse Jackson. Didn't know Jesse Jackson was a beach volleyball fan, but he's grooving to it. He's grooving to it, Karch.
It's hard not to. They got a lot of great music going here.
All right, let's go down to the sand and get a beach peek with Heather Cox. Heather.
And a big game 1 win for the number 1 seeds and 8 kills behind Jenny Johnson Jordan. And Jenny, as we take a look at the beach peek, where are the advantages? Where are the openings on the court against Akers and Hansen?
Well, I think for us, when we're siding out like right here, I just need to stay behind the ball. Nettie right here puts up a pretty good set for me. And I just take a look and go where Brooke is not, basically.
Conditions are a little tough out here, up to 110 on the court, as well as some swirling wind. How are you dealing with those?
I think the biggest thing is the wind, because it just keeps changing, so we have to keep kind of changing our game plan. But so far, we've been able to be pretty successful in the wind, which has been great.
Certainly looking good on serve receive as well, Jenny. Best of luck in game 2.
Jordan talked about it before the match, that she said the first half of the season she gave their team a grade of C. After getting over the hump in Louisville and Tampa, they've up to about a B+ now, challenging May and Walsh in a number of matches and making the later rounds, having much better finishes the second half of 07.
Not quite as windy as it was to start the match. Still hot. You saw the temperature cam at nearly 100. And we can attest to how hot it was earlier on. I was sweating like the guy in broadcast news, so going right through my pretty green shirt. All right, here we go. Game 2. Brooke Hansen, Angie Akers on one side. Annette Davis and Jenny Jordan. Transition play for Hansen. And Hansen puts it away.
And that's the shot that defenders are going to have to lean toward sometimes. Annette Davis liking to drop that short shot over the block. That time, Hansen all over it.
1-0 as Davis gets a serve. And Hansen, a beautiful left-hand dig. Hansen Good set. And Jordan digs back. And the put away. So an opportunity.
And go ahead, Chris. And Hansen is reminding me much of Holly McPeak. They're both top 4 on the tour in digs per category. She's got 6.2 digs per game, but the big thing is that she's got to get, Hansen does, be able to put those balls away once her partner gives her a nice set. Convert point opportunities.
That's the shot that's open. Jordan leading to the cut shot side. Hansen has a very good cut shot. After game 1, you look at the big discrepancy in kills, and that usually spells defeat.
And that is good news for Davis and Johnson. Jordan, very few hitting errors for them in game 1. That's the thing that can hurt them, but 13 kills for that team for the easy victory.
So service error for Akers. Of course, Misty May, Carrie Walsh, Nicole Branna, Elaine Youngs, Rachel Walkholder, Tyra Turner, April Ross, Jen Boss, all playing in Europe these past couple of weekends. Passes back. And free ball, that's out of bounds. A reminder, stay tuned and watch for the Banana Boat longest lasting rally of the match. Your chance to win a trip to the ABP event at Caesars Palace in Las Vegas. When we announce which rally was the longest lasting, log on to abp.com/BB for your chance to win. Banana Boat, of course, providing long-lasting protection. It just won't quit. 3-2 our score. Hansen and Akers in their first final, trying to hang in. The more experienced team, the more physical team, with a 4-2 lead. That's Davis and Jordan.
Well, you talked about experience, and a couple of plays ago, Angie Akers with an easy play. She had no swing at the ball, had to put it over the net with her forearm pass and put it right out of bounds. That would be a mistake of inexperience. Then the set off the net. Hansen couldn't do much with it. Easy put away for Annette Davis.
4-2 Davis.
There's a better set for Hansen.
And Hansen's best hit dug up. Akers. And Akers taps it down the line. Strong play from Brooke Hansen and Angie Akers. And make it a 4-3 side change. That's a pretty good dig, wasn't it, Coach?
Well, it really was. That was, as you said, Brooke Hansen's best hit. But the ball then goes to Angie Akers, the stronger offensive weapon on that team, and she gets the easy put away.
Timeout on the sand. We're coming back to Chicago after these messages. Back in Chicago, but a reminder, the Granddaddy is coming up this week. The ABP Manhattan Beach Open presented by Bud Light. You saw Karch Karai, the 9-time winner. All the teams from Europe will be back, including Misty May, Carrie Walsh. Men's side jam-packed. I'm looking forward to that, Karch.
Should be a great weekend. Manhattan always is. August is on fire there. The outer courts against that sand berm. Everybody gets a nice seat. And, of course, the winners get their names mounted in the Walk of Fame on the Manhattan Beach Pier.
And the wave going, and Jesse Jackson participating in some of the action here at North Avenue Beach. This is the place to be if you're in the Midwest or in Chicago. You want to play beach volleyball, you can come down here any day of the week. And this place is hopping. Maybe the most courts of any beach in America. 4-3 our score.
For those who might have missed it yesterday, we talked about Chicago is one of the very first events that was held outside the state of California. This tour started as a strictly Southern California tour, but been coming here since the early 80s and developed a huge following. The players, it's one of their favorite events, playing along Lake Michigan.
That ball poked out of bounds. The first year for the women's tournament, 1984, won by Linda Hanley and Dale Keogh. And then Hanley and Nina Matthews won again 2 years later in 1986. Misty, May, and Carrie Walsh have won the last 4, but not here this weekend. Our Bud Light tournament recap for Davis and Jordan. Had some tough matches, but seemed to win them all.
Well, certainly in round 3 and round 4, it went down to the wire, but they did a nice job of staying in what we call the winner's bracket, having no losses. You can lose once and still win an AVP event.
Angie Akers with the serve. Right to Hansen. Hansen on the left. And the cut shot. No, Jordan was looking for it. Akers spears it up. And nobody up. Oh, Davis. Beautiful play by Davis. Hansen's got it. Still going. Wake up the banana boat people. This could be the rally. It is!
Let's watch that whole one again. Listen in on the communication by both teams. You can hear the no one line call by Davis. And the line call there again.
Getting tired just watching it.
Watch out.
And you've just seen the longest lasting rally of the match, brought to you by Banana Boat. Log on right now to avp.com/pb and register your chance to win a trip to the AVP event at Caesars Palace in Las Vegas. What a rally that was. 6-5. Akers with the block. And Akers snaps it down. Akers and Hansen have had no blocks and no aces, but they're picking it up defensively.
Well, when we played that whole rally again, we could listen in on the communication. That's one thing Hansen said before the match. Their communication has been much better this weekend. They spent 2 weeks together, the longest they've ever spent. 4 days early down to the Pan American Games, lost earlier than they wanted to, spent an extra amount of time there and just got to know each other a lot better, feel like they're communicating much better this Chicago weekend.
Jordan, right to Hansen, and Hansen gets the roll.
Hansen's doing a really nice job right now of staying in the middle of the court, looking for the soft shots from Jordan and coming up with them.
Angie Akers, by the way, has a very sweet website. I was on there last night, angieakers.com. Pictures, information. Very stylish and well done. Sometimes you go to someone's website and you click in and they go, this page will be available in 2010. But hers was right there. If you like Angie Akers, check it out. We've got a good one going in game 2 here in Chicago. 7-all. And Heather Cox. This is our women's championship final. Game 2. Davis and Jordan won the first. That's Davis. That's Jordan. Here's Akers. And the set from Hansen. It's pretty good. Oh, Davis! And that's going out of bounds, I think, yes. As Hansen scampers away.
And if you're wondering why Jordan put that ball over, she touched it on the block. In beach volleyball, the block counts as a touch. You only get 3. She had to put that ball back over. Wasn't able to get her arms behind it enough to connect there and put it in the deep part of the court. Really nice control there by Annette Davis, but Jordan couldn't put it in.
Second lead in this game for Hansen and Akers, a 6-seeded team here in Chicago.
And I think Jordan Davis's mistake was giving the ball back to Akers a second time. She's the stronger offensive player. That's one thing that more experienced teams you'll see. If they have to put it over for a free ball, they'll look for the weaker player and put it to them.
And Jenny Jordan smacks another one. That's her 11th kill.
Let's see if we can get a look on this play. What's going to happen here? Jordan is going to crush the ball angle, but the block was even trying to take it there. We'll see this in a second. Not quite enough taken by Akers on that play. Hansen running to the line and too much open court.
Hansen's got 16 digs to lead the match. Another serve to Akers. And that's good. So her second block. That went right on the line.
She does a nice job of reaching to her right there. She made it look like she was going to leave the line open. That one hand getting across the net. The other hand knocked back as it blocks the ball down.
So Jordan will serve. Her team up 9-8. And they're going to Akers now. I think that's probably a mistake, but sometimes when you're out there, you're thinking, well, hey, we'll try her a couple times.
Well, if you get one,
yeah,
you got to try another.
Okay.
Now that she's got her rhythm back, I'd say go back to Brooke Hansen. She's not going to let herself get blocked twice, even though she could have gotten blocked on that. That was the field goal right between the arms of Annette Davis.
The hardest spike of the day at 47 miles per hour. Remember, that's coming from 15 feet. So it's the equivalent of a 95-mile-an-hour fastball. Akers taps it down. So Jordan and Davis, looking a little winded the last couple of plays, surrender a point.
Well, it started with a tough serve from Angie Akers, and that's what they have to do. Hit the seams, hit either sideline, hit it down the middle to put Davis and Jordan on their heels.
Akers will try it again. Set is back. Wind is blowing. Free ball, Angie Akers. Former Notre Damer, and the ball is blocked just out. The other one was just in. That one just out.
And Akers got exactly what she wanted out of that serve. Her job is to get a poor pass. That pass was about 20 feet off the net. Jordan couldn't push it much closer. They get the free ball and the easy opportunity for a point.
I mentioned that Akers' best finish, a third in Huntington Beach. She did that with Rachel Walkholder back in the day. Akers kind of lost in the partner shuffle. At that time, Walkholder moving up. And now Akers with Brooke Hansen. The serve is into the net. So that costs Hansen and Akers a point.
And usually when a serve goes that down low in the net, it's from a bad toss, far out in front of her.
We're coming back. Hansen and Akers by one. The McDonald's Chicago Open presented by Nautica. We are sailing along here in the Windy City. 11-10 game two. Chris McGee just returned from Europe where he had a chance to observe the American teams. Chris, what's the buzz on the USA squads in Europe and what was it like over there?
Yeah, my wife Jessica and I went over to Switzerland for a little vacation. We thought we'd check in on the World Championship. And I got to tell you, the great thing about the American teams is the buzz now is simple. On the women's side, Carrie and Misty are better than they've ever been. And that's actually a pretty scary thought. But they are dominating the rest of the world. 5 of 6 titles already. They're about 44-1. But the big news, guys, on the men's side, we now have 3 teams that are going to contend for a medal in Beijing. Todd Rogers and Phil Dahlhauser, they took home the gold in Stade. Jake Gibb and Sean Rosenthal, Mike Lambert and Stein Metzger, they're all vying for a position. Mike and Stein already have a bronze, so for the first time in a lot of years, the American men are looking like they have a great chance to medal in Beijing. And you know, on the women's side as well, you got Jen Voss and April Ross, who won a tournament early this year in Norway. Lane Youngs and Nicole Branna have been very consistent, along with Rachel Walkholder and Tyra Turner. So you have about 7-8 American teams vying for medals, and that's a great thing.
And it's the first time that the Americans have reigning world champions on the beach in both the men and the women's side.
The most recent tournament, the results are in from Austria. Misty May and Carrie Walsh win again. Juliana and Larissa, a terrific team from Brazil. And then you got the Chinese team, Boss and Ross, Brennan Young. Good finish for Boss and Ross. They had some travel problems, but they seem to have overcome them, right, Karch?
Fell asleep on the train. They didn't realize it. But at some point, the two halves of the train separated, and they ended up in Slovenia.
20 hours later, they got back.
And after that, you'd think, all right, they might have a bad tournament, but they had a strong finish there. All 4 of those teams, May and Walsh, are pretty much guaranteed of going to the Beijing Olympics. Those other 3 teams that we saw, they're all vying for position. Only 2 American teams on the men's side and another 2 on the women's side can represent the country in the Olympics.
April Ross and Jen Boss, a relatively new team, and they're getting a late start. But as Chris McGee mentioned, they have a win already, and they've shown that they could play at the highest level internationally. All the teams will be back from Manhattan as we look at the accolades for Angie Akers, the 2002 Rookie of the Year. And that serve is out. Karch, do you plan to play in Manhattan?
I hope to play there. It should be a big week of activities, and it's always, as you call it, the granddaddy of them all. Everybody wants to play in Manhattan. I would like to play there one more time.
13-13 on center court. Brooke Hansen, Angie Akers in a final for the first time, trying to win their first tournament ever. They've been playing much better here in game 2 as Davis with a big dig. Davis and Jordan won game 1 and were very impressive. Here comes Hansen again. That's another good set and another good dig. Jordan, snap it. So Jordan with an open net. Kaboom. 13th kill.
Let's watch this whole replay and listen to the communication here. You can hear Akers saying, "No one, no one." And we're going to hear that call at the end after this dig by Jordan. Right now. Davis screaming, "No one, no one." That's one way that players can make their partners better partners with that communication. Only one player out of every 4 is actually playing the ball in any given instant in the play. The other 3 got to be communicating and help each other make that next play.
Davis and Jordan by 1. Hansen, cut shot, yes. For the best in Pro Beach Volleyball online, you can log on to avp.com. You'll find up-to-date tournament coverage, bios, video features, and news on your favorite players and events. Check it out on avp.com. And of course, you've heard now about Mosaic. That's a full coverage in the 3 days of AVP tournaments. You can buy that, and next week I was told that at Manhattan, the AVP is going to make it available for free. So you can sign up and watch Manhattan. 4 cameras on the main courts as that ball goes down, and you can watch for free in Manhattan. Then you're able to sign up for $5 a tournament for the end of the year. AVP officials telling me we want to make it available. We want people to know about Mosaic.
They never have had that until this season. It's a nice luxury. Fans can't get to every tournament, but from the very first whistle of the tournament, 4 courts can be watched full time.
And next week, free. So sign up now. Go to avp.com. That cut shot is good over the shoulder for Angie Akers. We mentioned that Angie Akers was a marathoner at one time. And Karch, you've done some running in your time.
Not very much, if I can avoid it.
2001, she ran the Boston Marathon in 3 hours and 24 minutes. Wow. Off the tape, Akers has got it. For all of those in Boston, dug up. Jordan's got it. Overhand dig. Akers. And she puts it away. Talked about her conditioning. Able to do it on the 3rd swing.
Well, this team of Akers and Hansen doing a nice job of staying in game 2. They let game 1 slip away, but it looks like they've gotten rid of those first ever final jitters, and they're in position to win this and make it go a 3rd game for the championship.
So Akers now up close to the line. Is there a good side, bad side now, Karch? Wind has dropped.
Not really. Jenny Jordan mentioned before that the wind keeps swirling and changing directions. It's moment by moment, second by second. They have to adjust their sets.
And 6 lead changes and cross court once again. Still no blocks for Akers and Hansen.
And here they're trying to defend the line taken on by Akers on the block. The angle by Hansen, but that was too sharp of an angle and no defender there.
Other finishers this week, Carrie Dodd, Tatiana Manello from Brazil got 5th, along with Paula Roca and Sarah Stratton. Lauren Fendrick, Tammy Leibel, Nancy Mason, Leanne McSorley 7th, Diane Denekashe, Logan Tom, Brittany Hochaver, Holly McPeak in 9th. And Brooke Niles, Hansen unloads down the line. That's got to make her father happy watching out in California.
You know, when she has gotten really good sets, she's gotten some great hits off, but Jordan and Davis have been playing really good defense. This is the first time that she's actually gotten it right in the window and put it away right off, pinged it right off the defender.
So Brooke Hansen set to serve. Over the top, it's out of bounds. Was there a touch detected? Davis and Jordan saying yes, Akers saying no. Hey, Cart, you mentioned the semifinal that Hansen and Akers had to play. Well, I actually called Brooke Hansen's dad at 17-11 and said, hey, I think your daughter's going to the finals. He said, okay, we'll do the play-by-play. So I did 1 point of play-by-play. And he said, I can't stand it. I got to hang up.
Well, that was right when she was saying to herself, I talked to her before this match, she said, oh my God, I'm almost in the final. And then they gave up 6 in a row, but they evened it out, stopped the bleeding, and made the final.
Hansen and Akers leading by 2. Back at the beautiful McDonald's Chicago Open presented by Nautica, Game 2, 18-16, Hansen and Akers. Let's go down to the sand. Mike Dodge with Angie Akers.
Thank you, Chris. Angie, early on it looked like a little case of the nerves. The ball control wasn't quite there. But you were just going up and ripping the ball. You feel real comfortable right now.
Yeah, I do. I mean, there's nothing to lose here. We've got to be aggressive if we want to win this match. So, got to go out swinging.
Sometimes you just got to go out and go for it, boys. Back up to you.
All right, Jeff Alzina just a moment ago talking about Akers. Let's pick up that audio.
We side out for 17, and we side out 4 more times. I guarantee we're going to score and beat him before 22. Guarantee. Serve Brooke and serve her tough. Look to pull, sit on the 45, and set and pass the ball to the net. Angie has no blocks. She's dropping over and over and over. Okay. There's no block. Challenger. Hit off the top.
It's interesting. It's like Coach Alzina is kind of trying to give him a little bit of cold water in the face, like commanding him. This is not an intimidating block that you're facing across the net in Angie Akers. Get that set close and challenge her.
Crucial spot in the match for Hansen as that ball on 2. Davis has been getting some serves, and the past set has not been there.
And they've been scoring going to Davis, and that play, they even got probably the pass that they wanted. It's certainly not the play that Alzina wanted them to run, but by putting it close on that pass, Jordan had the opportunity to drop it down short over the net on the second contact.
Davis and Jordan won game 1, 21-16. They're trailing here. Ball is dug off the top, and Akers can't get there. Jeff Alzina, head coach, Davis and Jordan. Jeff, attack Akers. You want them just to hit away?
Well, I just think they can go ahead and swing right now. Angie doesn't have a good read on us for whatever reason right now. She's a great blocker, but we're having success swinging, and we just got to set the ball closer to the net and get a chance to swing.
And as you said, if you serve Hansen, you're probably going to get chances for points, and they just converted one, and now a second one.
Wow. Yeah, I tried to tell them that I think if we just side out 3 or 4 times, we can win. We're going to score points.
All right, good luck.
Thanks.
Alzina closing in on a couple of wins. Metzger, Lambert, now maybe Davis and Jordan, and Brooke. Hansen's shot is just too good. That ties us up at 19.
But Hansen stops the bleeding. Before that, that had been 3 straight points, and Jordan and Davis had taken back over the lead. Now 19 all in game 2. This is a shot that you're probably going to have to lean toward as a defender. Hansen has only hit 1 sharp angle, what we call a cut shot, so far this match.
19 all in a game to 21. They'll try Davis again. Good set. And Davis puts it away. So now Davis and Jordan, who haven't won on the beach on the ABP Crocs Tour since 2002. It's been 5 long years. And this is their chance. And then Davis in jump serve posture. Runway ready for takeoff. For the win, Davis. Akers has got it. Davis with a dig. No, they served the wrong girl, though. They served the wrong person.
Well, sometimes that'll happen. When you're trying to serve aggressively, Chris, you might miss it a little bit. Goes to Akers by accident. Now they need to get that side out. Nice power there by Akers, staving off. Tournament point. Hitting the seam between around that line block. Too hard to control.
20 all. Must win by at least 2. Now Brooke Hansen to serve. Davis. Set his back. Hansen's got it. Hansen at the net. No! Blocked by Davis.
Great plays on both sides of the net here. Akers making a great set there. Line set, back set, close to the net. But she had to run off the court to make the play, so she couldn't get back to save that block.
Second chance for championship point for Annette Davis and Jenny Jordan. 21-20. Jordan serving to Hansen. Hansen down the line. Davis has got it. She'll get a swing here for the win. Davis. Not yet. Akers digs back. Akers at the net. Davis has got to shovel it over. Right to Hansen. Akers on two. Jordan on the run. Akers to save. Akers. No! Jordan is there for the championship. Jenny Jordan. She's stuck. Double contact. And Hansen and Akers stay alive.
We got a battle for the banana boat play on that one. What a rally to save another match point. Angie Akers with the huge block at the end. Jordan played it once, goes into the net, can't make another play on that. Can't hit the ball twice.
Davis and Jordan had 3 swings for the match. Mark that down. Now, it appears that Hansen and Akers have gone to the good side, wind in their face. Akers serving at 21-all. Davis, cross court, got it.
And that's the pass set hit control that Jordan and Davis are known for. Get the nice pass, about 6 feet off the net there. Set about 2.
Third.
Davis can crush that angle.
Sorry about that, Karch. Third championship point. Davis will serve. Spin it to Hansen. Nobody up. Hansen, cut shot. Sweet.
Jordan, a bit of a mistake there. That ball is too close to the net to drop off as a blocker. Watch how close this ball goes, about a foot away. Jordan is nowhere to be found. Easier put away for Hansen. Let her off the hook a little bit with that one.
Hansen and Akers have to take advantage with their serve. They're into the win now. But Davis and Jordan passing pretty well on the bad side. 22-all. Game 2. Jordan down the line. Hansen, no, couldn't quite get there. So make it 23-22 now. Crowd up once again. Crowd exhausted from standing.
4th tournament points.
Davis and Jordan in 2002 won their last tournament right here in Chicago. It's been bottled up inside them for the last 5 years.
And they were very close to winning in 2004, right after the Olympics. They had the newly crowned gold medalists on the ropes, Misty May and Kerry Walsh, but let them off the hook. May and Walsh went on to win.
For the 4th time, Jordan will serve for the championship. Hansen. Jordan's got it up. She'll have a swing for the championship. Yes! Jordan and Davis are the champs here in Chicago.